So we're going through this thing in our house right now with our kids. I've got a 6 and a 5-year-old, and we've been talking about it for years. We've read books. We've come up with systems on how we're going to teach them responsibility, how we're going to make sure that they grow up working hard for what they get. And so we talk about it constantly. And so we're starting to add in chores into our kids' lives. And one of them is vacuuming. And they actually love vacuuming right now. They love the vacuum. It's a big Dyson vacuum. It's heavy, but they love it. And so whenever there's a chance to vacuum, they're like, Daddy, I want to vacuum. And so I remember the other day, I gave my girl, Aubrey, the vacuum and said, hey, go and vacuum your room. And she goes, and like 45 seconds later, she's back on the couch watching TV. And I'm like, well, I thought you were going to vacuum. Oh, I did. Like, Superman couldn't have vacuumed in that amount of time, right? So I do what every good father does. I say, hey, let me take your hand and let's go walk and see how you did. And so we begin to walk around and look, and all of a sudden in the corner, it's like she took a box of Cheez-Its, she dumped it out and danced all over it, right? And I'm like, but what about this? Well, Daddy, I didn't see that. I'm like, okay. And then we begin to walk around, and I see another spot. I'm like, what about, oh, I didn't see that, Daddy. And you know how frustrating it is. Like, there's a part of you that wants to be like, open your eyes, it's there. And so you just begin to point that out and show them where these spots are. This happens in your life and my life. This is part of the Holy Spirit within us. Like, if somebody were to come up to you and say, hey, Nick, what are you struggling with right now? I could say, hey, I'm doing good. I don't think I'm struggling with anything. And all of a sudden, the Holy Spirit's like, hey. What about that part of your life that when you gave your life to Christ, you didn't want me to talk about, you didn't want me to touch? Like, it's behind door number 1. You want to go in there now? And I'm like, whoa, wait, no, I don't want to look at that right now. I forgot it was there and I didn't see it. And we open that door and the Holy Spirit begins to walk with us through that mess and begins to point things out. And you're like, oh, I forgot that was there. I didn't see that. Oh, I didn't know I needed to deal with that. And the Holy Spirit begins to walk through our life, looking at those things. These hidden doors that are in our life, the Holy Spirit begins to point out. It's no different than my kids and the things they miss.